Ever wondered, why is it that some people can turn their dreams into reality while others can't? Here we are in this vast universe, each of us carrying a unique set of dreams. Some dreams are as humble as a quiet life, while others are as ambitious as changing the world. Yet what truly distinguishes us is not the dreams we harbor, but the actions we take to realize them. Every dream holds the potential to be more than just a fleeting thought or a whimsical desire. It can be the blueprint of your future, the guide to your destiny, but only if you act upon it. That's where the real challenge lies. It's easy to dream, but it's the action, the doing part that separates the dreamers from the doers. And then, there's something called inspired action. It's not just any action, it's action fueled by the heart, driven by passion, and directed by intuition. What if I told you that the secret lies in something known as inspired action? Let me tell you a story about a man named John. John was a regular guy, living a regular life, but he had dreams that were anything but regular. He dreamt of creating a platform that would empower young, underprivileged children through education. But for the longest time, he was stuck in inaction. He was overwhelmed by the magnitude of his dream, the enormity of the task at hand, and the sea of obstacles that lay before him. His dreams were on the horizon, but they seemed as distant as the farthest stars. Then one day, John stumbled upon a concept that changed his life forever: inspired action. It was not about mindlessly hustling or working around the clock. It was about taking action that is aligned with your innermost desires and passions. It's the kind of action that feels right, that resonates with your soul, and that brings joy in the doing, not just in the achieving. John started to approach his dream differently. He began to take small, inspired steps towards his goal. He volunteered at a local school, started a blog to share his ideas, and reached out to organizations with similar missions. He started to see each step not as a laborious task, but as a joyful expression of his dream. What happened next was magical. As he took inspired action, doors started opening, opportunities he'd never imagined started to appear. His blog gained traction, he received funding from an organization, and he was able to quit his job to focus on his dream full-time. His dream was no longer a distant star, but a glowing orb within his reach. But it wasn't all smooth sailing. There were moments of doubt, fear, and failure. There were times when he felt like giving up. But every time he would remind himself of the joy he felt in taking inspired action. He would remind himself that the journey towards his dream was just as important, if not more, than the dream itself. The concept of inspired action had transformed John's life. His dream was no longer a burden, but an adventure. He was no longer a dreamer stuck in inaction, but a dream chaser, fueled by his passion and guided by his inner wisdom. So what is inspired action? It's action that comes from a place of love, passion, and authenticity. It's action that feels right and brings joy. It's not about the hustle, but about alignment with your innermost desires. It's about taking one small step at a time, enjoying the journey, and trusting that the universe will open doors for you. John's story is a testament to the power of inspired action. His dream was big, his path was challenging, but his actions were inspired, and that made all the difference. John's life was transformed when he decided to take inspired action towards his dreams. So, what makes inspired action so powerful? Let's dive into the heart of this matter. Inspired action is like that invigorating gust of wind that propels a sailboat forward, cutting through the calmest and the stormiest of seas. It's a powerful force that moves us, not just physically, but emotionally and spiritually as well. This is the kind of action that helps us to hurdle over obstacles, to push through the tough times, and to keep going even when the road ahead seems uncertain. When we take action that is inspired, it's driven by something much deeper than just the desire to get something done. It's fueled by our passion, our purpose, and our deepest dreams. It's like we have this internal compass within us, pointing us in the direction of our truest desires. Picture a car, if you will. A car can get you from point A to point B, right? Now imagine that car is powered by a standard engine. It'll get you where you need to go, but it might struggle on steep hills or falter when the road gets rough. That's what routine action is like. It's functional, but it doesn't necessarily have the power to push through the harder challenges. Now, imagine that same car, but with a high-performance engine under the hood. This car doesn't just get you to your destination, it soars, it climbs, it conquers. That's what inspired action is like. It's an action supercharged by our deepest passions and purposes. When we tap into this kind of action, we're not just going through the motions. We're not just checking things off a to-do list. We're moving with intention, with drive, with a burning desire to make our dreams a reality. And that, my friends, makes all the difference. Because remember, the journey towards our dreams isn't a straight, easy road. It's a winding path filled with twists and turns, ups and downs. And to navigate that path, we need something stronger than routine. We need inspired action. Inspired action is like a powerful engine that drives us towards our dreams. Now you might be wondering, how do I take inspired action like John? Well, let's unpack this together in a simple step-by-step guide. First and foremost, everything begins with self-belief. You need to trust in your abilities, in your potential, and above all, in yourself. It's about knowing that you are capable and that you can achieve your dreams. It's about silencing the doubt and the fear and embracing the fact that you are more than enough. So whenever you find yourself doubting, remember this: you are enough. You have always been enough, and you will always be enough. Next, you need to set clear, defined goals. It's not enough to merely say, "I want to be successful." What does success look like for you? Is it starting your own business? Is it publishing a book? Is it running a marathon? The clearer your goals are, the easier it will be to take inspired action. So, get specific, get detailed, and get excited about your goals. Now let's talk about motivation. It's the fuel that keeps us going, the spark that ignites our actions. But motivation isn't something that just happens, it's something you cultivate. You cultivate it by surrounding yourself with positivity, by celebrating your wins, no matter how small, and by reminding yourself of your why. Your why is the reason you're pursuing your dreams, the reason you're taking inspired action. So keep your why close to your heart and let it fuel your motivation. Lastly, taking inspired action means taking consistent action. It's about showing up day in and day out, even when it's hard, even when you don't feel like it. It's about understanding that progress is made in small, steady steps, not giant leaps. So, commit to taking action every single day. It doesn't have to be big action. It can be as simple as writing one page of your book or running for 5 minutes. The point is to keep moving, to keep making progress no matter how small. Remember, taking inspired action is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about moving forward, one step at a time, towards your dreams. It's about embracing the journey with all its ups and downs, twists and turns, because at the end of the day, it's the journey that shapes us, that teaches us, that helps us grow. So don't be afraid to take inspired action. Don't be afraid to chase your dreams. Believe in yourself, set clear goals, stay motivated, and take consistent action. And remember, the path to your dreams is not a straight line. It's a winding road filled with challenges, surprises, and moments of pure joy. Taking inspired action is a journey, not a destination. So embrace the journey and let it take you to places you've only dreamed of. But the path of inspired action is not always smooth. Now let's get real, we all face challenges. In fact, it's part and parcel of the journey. It's not a matter of if, but when. So let's dive into some of the most common challenges you might face while taking inspired action. Fear, self-doubt, and procrastination. First up, fear. It's a natural human emotion. It's your body's way of saying, hey, something's up, be careful. But it becomes a problem when it holds you back from taking the leaps of faith necessary to move towards your dreams. It's like standing at the edge of a cliff with a parachute, knowing you're safe, but that fear of heights is screaming at you not to jump. The trick to overcoming fear is not to eliminate it, but to acknowledge it, understand it, and then use it as a catalyst to push you forward. Fear is a signal that you're stepping outside of your comfort zone, and that's where growth happens. Then there's self-doubt. This one's a real kicker. It's that nagging voice in the back of your head that says, you can't do this, you're not good enough. It's a dream killer. But here's the thing, it's not real. It's a product of your mind, and you have the power to control it. Overcoming self-doubt involves reprogramming your mindset. Start by acknowledging your achievements, however small, and use them as evidence that you can and will succeed. Surround yourself with positivity, and most importantly, believe in yourself and your abilities. Last but not least, procrastination. The art of putting off until tomorrow what you could do today. It's a silent dream thief. It sneaks up on you, and before you know it, days, weeks, months, or even years have passed, and you're still stuck in the same place, your dreams gathering dust on the shelf. Beat procrastination by setting clear, achievable goals and breaking them down into manageable tasks. Make a plan and stick to it, and remember, action breeds motivation, not the other way around. Challenges are inevitable, but they're not insurmountable. They're not roadblocks, but stepping stones on your path towards your dreams.
They're opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. They're what make the journey worthwhile. So when you face fear, stare it down and use it as fuel to propel you forward. When self-doubt creeps in, remind yourself of your worth and your abilities. When procrastination tries to steal your time, take action no matter how small and watch as your motivation grows. Remember, it's not about the destination, but the journey. It's about the person you become along the way, the lessons you learn, the challenges you overcome. It's about taking inspired action, despite the obstacles, and moving towards your dreams. Overcoming challenges is part of the journey of taking inspired action.
So, are you ready to embark on your journey towards your dreams? Now that's a question that stirs up a whirlwind of emotions, isn't it? It's okay. Embrace them. You're at the precipice of something truly remarkable. Let's take a moment to recap what we've discussed so far, to ensure you're well equipped for this journey. We began by unraveling the concept of inspired action. This isn't your run-of-the-mill everyday action. Inspired action is fueled by your dreams, your passions, your very essence. It's when your actions are aligned with your heart's deepest desires. It's not just about doing something, it's about doing something that truly matters to you. We then delved into the power of inspired action. It's like a ripple effect. One action can lead to another, which can lead to another. And before you know it, you're closer to your dreams than you ever thought possible. Every stroke of inspired action you make in the water of life creates waves that propel you towards your dreams. Next, we discuss steps to take inspired action. Remember, it starts with a dream, but dreaming alone won't get you there. You need to take action, and not just any action, but inspired action. Visualize your dream, let it simmer in your mind until it's so vivid you can almost touch it. Then let your actions be guided by this vision. But let's not sugarcoat it. The path to your dreams will be fraught with challenges. You might stumble, you might fall, but that's okay. It's all part of the journey. We've spoken about how to overcome these hurdles. You need to cultivate resilience, patience, and a never-give-up attitude. Remember, every setback is a setup for a comeback. Every challenge is an opportunity to learn, grow, and become stronger. Now you have the knowledge, the tools, and the mindset to start your journey towards your dreams. It's not going to be easy, but it will be worth it. So, take that first step, no matter how small it seems. Start that project you've been putting off. Sign up for that course you've been eyeing. Write the first page of your book. Whatever your dream is, take that first inspired action. And then, keep going. Keep taking inspired actions, one after another, until you reach your dreams. You might not know exactly how you'll get there, and that's okay. What's important is that you're moving, you're growing, you're chasing your dreams. Remember, your dreams are just a series of inspired actions away. Start your journey today.